Let's get it started. Find out Baylor's opponent come Monday night, and the Bruins will have the first trip down the floor. Bill Raftery.
Man, Scranton Hill right now.
This right here is UCLA sophomore Jaime Jaquez Jr. playing in the 2021 NCAA Final Four game against Gonzaga. UCLA would go on to lose this game courtesy of a Jalen Suggs buzzer beater. 4 starters for Gonzaga would move on to the NBA that offseason. Jaquez, along with most of the core of this UCLA team, would remain for another season in college. In 2022, UCLA was back in the tournament. They would go on to lose to the North Carolina Tar Heels in the Sweet 16. UCLA star Johnny Juzang would move on to the NBA on a 2-way deal, while freshman Peyton Watson would be selected in the first round of the 2022 NBA draft. Jaquez would remain yet another year at UCLA. In the 2021 and 2022 off seasons, Jaquez was only predicted to be a second-round pick at best, despite playing over 30 minutes a night every year since his freshman season at UCLA. Things changed for Jaime his senior year. After majority of that Final Four UCLA team moved on, it became Jaime's team. Unfortunately, the Bruins fell to the Gonzaga Bulldogs in March Madness once again, this time in the Sweet 16, thanks to the clutch play from future first-round pick Julian Strawther. Jaime ended his final college game with 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 steals. He was a consensus second-team All-American. Jaquez ranks 8th in UCLA history for NCAA tournament points scored and minutes played. Jaime's senior year is where we saw the usage spike and the development of an isolation scoring game that caused many to see similarities to Jimmy Butler. Little did we know, Jaquez would take his talents to the South Beach to join the Miami Heat and end up being teammates with Butler himself after being selected 18th overall in the 2023 draft.
Tasting their own medicine with the pitch ahead. He really advancing the ball with the outlet. Jaquez! Oh, he almost pulled the roof down.
They shot 68% of them in one first quarter turnover.
Jaquez Jr. for 3.
There's the pass going. Backhand. Got it to go.
Big part of that Final Four team a few years ago. Oh, he tried to throw it down and Jaquez met it in midair.
Although Jaime's path from college to the NBA was a long one, it served him very well to make his transition to the NBA much easier. He learned to play a role his first 2 years at UCLA, then became more of a star in his second 2 years, especially in his senior year. Jaime is now in a spot where he can be taught winning habits by a winning coach. This is way better than a rebuild situation like Detroit or Charlotte. The role and landing spot are perfect fits for him. Erik Spoelstra loves high IQ players that mesh well into his offense and then looks to develop more defense and or playmaking into their game. Gabe Vincent is a prime example of this. Jaime has all the old school fundamental tricks of the trade. An elite pump fake game with great footwork. He is a sneaky good vertical athlete, which should be evidenced when he participates in the 2024 NBA dunk contest. He's slowed down quite a bit since returning from injury. Upon returning, he had to deal with Tyler Herro being healthy and the arrival of Terry Rozier. However, the Heat can't really seem to stay healthy this season, as leading up to the All-Star break, there was opportunity for heavy minutes for Jaime due to injury. His high basketball IQ is the biggest selling point here. He very often is in the right place at the right time, and he immediately earned Erik Spoelstra's trust to play heavy minutes. Someone like Nikola Jovic has not received that same treatment. Check out Jaime's rookie numbers compared to a couple of classmates drafted ahead of him that play a similar position, as well as the rookie numbers of a couple of premier players in the league of similar size and position. It must be noted that each player on this list besides Jaquez was no older than 20 years old in their rookie season, so many would assume that each of these guys had way more room to grow, and there is some truth to that statement. What we're looking at now is Jaime's rookie numbers compared to rookies drafted at a similar age to Jaime who are also similar size and position. Each of these rookies, like Jaquez, were more poised to hit the ground running and don't need as much development time as the rookies on the previous page. Additionally, each of the rookies on this page did manage to hit another level in development despite their age on draft day. We have to remember that 22 was the most common rookie age in the NBA for a very long time. Many of our favorite past players were drafted near that age and went on to have a great career with further development in their game. The intelligence and simplicity of Jaime's game with the ability to pull off creative moves when needed reminds me of Caron Butler, another player drafted in the top 20 by the Miami Heat at the age of 22, and is also now on the Miami Heat coaching staff. Saying he's a copy of Jimmy Butler is a bit too far, although I do think being on Jimmy's team will be very positive for his development because their games do have some similarities. But Jaime is more of a role player, like Caron Butler, instead of a number one option like Jimmy Butler.
Jaquez drives on James, spins, turns, falling away. It's good. Jaime Jaquez with a big bucket.
Looking to the present NBA season, here is Jaime amongst other players playing a similar position. Everyone on here is a better three-point shooter than Jaime. However, Jaime ranks higher than some of them in 9-category leagues due to better efficiency and counting stats. If Jaime can take a big leap in his three-point percentage, his rank can be closer to inside the top 100. The three-point shot is Jaime's swing skill that will be a big determining factor in his overall value. Jaime is able to use his size and underrated athleticism to provide good defense as well as rebounding, which are traits that will allow him to stay on the floor for more minutes. Jaquez is not a player that needs all the usage to himself to be effective. He doesn't need to be run with the second unit to have usage apart from Miami's stars. He is someone that could easily mesh well with the starting five and be a complementary third or fourth option on offense. Is he worth it? Yes. But if you want to acquire him, you have to be very careful on what you spend. Now is a good time to try to buy him while he is struggling to adjust back from injury. If you bought him anytime between the start of the season and the new calendar year, you likely spent too much due to his hot shooting to start the season and the fact that he was the East Rookie of the Month for November and December. But a worthwhile Dynasty investment is still here, again focusing on the mature decision making, great body control, craftiness with his post moves, his footwork, and his sneaky athleticism. So what do you guys think about Jaime Jaquez's dynasty value? Who do you think he is most similar to? Let us know in the comments below. Also be sure to comment which player you would like to see covered in the next Dynasty Outlook video. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to smash that like button. If you would like to see more videos like this one, then please subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you later.